Good evening, Divine Souls. This is Sunaina, and I'm back today to do an update with regards to the Divine Masculine from the 15th of February, to the end of February, 2019, guys. So from the 15th to the 28th of February 2019. Now, last time when I did an update on the Divine Masculine, we had looked into the energies, his higher self, his mental space, heart space, 3D. And what I had seen last time was he was moving towards his material and financial prosperity. And if I remember right, that was the energy in the higher self the last time we did the reading. And this is again going forward till the end of February 2019. I don't know if you can see my table, guys. Y'all might not be able to see the Divine Masculine, and if you can, that's good. But if you're not being able to see him, I can see him at this point in time. My table, I didn't expect this, guys, but I don't know what happened here. Okay, so this is going to be a little long video, I guess, with kind of cards I have on the table, but I'll try my best to kind of make it, you know, as quick as possible, or do my reading for you guys in the best possible way. Now, having said that, I have got my clarifications on the table as well. Now, I'll start with his higher self, which is telling me the Divine Masculine from that period, 15th of February till the end of the month, he is going to go into a state of solitude, which means that in the higher self, card number 9, he is putting an end to all his problem areas in his life by going into solitude all by himself, because now is the time that he's coming to the point where he wants to really start his work in action. Okay, he has done the soul searching, he has done the hermit, he has done all that, but now this is the time when he, in his higher self, is contemplating his actions to move forward in this twin flame journey with the Divine Feminine, guys. Okay. Now, having said that, this is a good energy because this is what he needs at this point in time. Okay, so when I got this card, it was, for me, it is definitely a beautiful card to start the reading with. Now, having said that, the love angels are telling me that the Divine Masculine at this point in time, from the 15th of February till the end of the month 2019, he is realizing this journey, what it is all about, in a much deeper way. Okay, because for a long time, he was on the verge of either calling it quits or not understanding the deeper meaning or the higher vision or the greater vision of this journey, what it is all about. But now he knows and he is realizing in his higher self that his love life is being influenced by his religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, that is the combination that he is getting for the twin flame journey in his higher self, which is, of course, working towards his romantic feelings that is getting stronger and deeper day by day. Okay, and this feeling is coming from his higher self, which tells me that his feelings are for real now, and it is worth exploring for even the Divine Feminine at this point. So he is coming to the point where he is realizing that the spiritual path and the religious upbringing is actually the core point of this entire twin flame journey, for which his romantic feelings are now surfacing. Okay, it's coming out of his inner self, his higher self. to actually manifest in the 3D as of today, okay, that I can see. So it's that feeling, that romantic feeling that he had been lacking in, or he had been kind of suspecting whether he is thinking it right or he's not thinking it right, whether it's an infatuation, whether this journey is for real or not. And this is the answer right in front of you, Divine Feminine, and for Divine Masculine, if you guys are watching. Definitely, with this card and with this kind of a higher self romantic feeling, because of the spiritual path of this twin flame journey, he is coming to the point where he is being able to now recognize the entire point of this twin flame journey, guys. As for my goddess guidance, it is telling the divine masculine, easy does it, which means he needs to have patience. There is no need for him to hurry, okay, or force things to happen, because everything is occurring for the twin flame journey for the divine masculine in perfect timing, okay. This entire journey has come to the point where the universe is now coming into action for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, to erase, to take away the obstacles, to remove all the obstacles, obstructions, for this purpose, for the higher purpose and the greater good of both these people, as well as the focused intention, which is telling the divine masculine, keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. And that is exactly what is happening in his mental space, his heart space, and his 3D energy, guys. Okay. Now, having said that, in the mental space, he is definitely learning to receive his wisdom now. He had been grieving for a very long time about his lost past situations, grief, anguish, anger, everything, all the emotions that were playing in his mind. But now he has kind of left that behind to receive that wisdom of love from the universe that is coming to him at this point in time. He's taking in, he's absorbing it a little bit slowly, but yes, he is doing that work. Okay, he's definitely left the 3 spilled cups behind him. He's not looking back at them. He doesn't want them anymore. He has given up on the spilled cards and he is moving towards the wisdom from the universe with regards to this journey and with his divine feminine, guys. And he's doing that because he now wants back his 10 of Pentacle, the richness, the wealth, the material, financial, the spiritual, the romantic prosperity for himself at this point in time, okay. And that is the reason he is receiving that wisdom from the universe, which is telling him it is now time for him to get these things back in his life. All the losses, all the anger, all the anguish, he doesn't need it. He needs back his entire stability, comfort, security, happiness, joy, bliss, everything in his life that he is going to be receiving very soon. Now, having said this, the next card was the Moon card, or is the Moon card, guys. Now, Moon card can depict this particular card does have a lot of messages. Okay, so I wanted to find out what exactly is this message all about, because I can be talking about 5 different messages from one card, but we should know for sure what is the exact message with regards to this card and with regards to the divine masculine's mental space here. And here I have got 2 cards which is saying that he is using his intuitive power now, his intuition in the mental self, to do the justice for himself and in this journey with the clarity of thought. Okay, he's letting his intuition guide him towards being the judge, being the lawyer, being the strategist. He's putting his mental frame into a work of strategy, guys. Okay, he's strategizing the way that he wants to move forward. And what is he strategizing about is the teamwork, is the journey that he wants to build back with his divine feminine. So the strategy is an action. He is hearing his intuition from the universe, okay, letting him guide him into the proper direction. The universe is letting him go into the proper direction, towards the proper direction, because he can hear his own voice, through which he is helping himself with the clarity of thoughts, cutting through all the cloudy judgments in his life to strategize his plan of action at this point in time towards building back his commitment, his teamwork, his engagement, his marriage, everything that he wants to build with his divine feminine in this twin flame journey, guys. Beautiful, absolutely in the higher self. This is a major arcana, and that is the reason I wanted to see what it is that exactly he is wanting out of this card in here, okay? And that is what he is doing in the higher self, guys. I'm just going to keep back the card in here the way it was. And again, he's using the Ace of Swords to cut through the, again, like I said, he's being the King of Swords. He's also using his Ace of Swords, his spiritual wisdom, to go and get what he wants in life now. Okay, that is what he is doing to clear his cloudiness, to clear his judgment areas, to clearly get the strategy in order for him to move forward in this journey. He's using the sword in a beautiful way in the mental space, guys, okay? He is not getting into any kind of a situation that could again cloud his judgment and pull him down from where he has, gone up right now. Having said that, the next card is the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups has come to me in reverse, okay? And again, this is an important card as far as I'm concerned with this reading. And therefore, I have taken another two clarifiers to find out what is he actually trying to do in here. Now, this tells me very clearly, this card is all about emotions. Okay, this card is completely filled with emotions. When it comes to the emotional part in his higher self, he is walking towards his victory, guys. Divine Feminine, he is walking towards you, towards his victory in this love life, towards his victory in the twin flame journey at any cost. He's taking advantage of his situation, the work that he is doing. He's taking advantage of that situation to proceed towards the victory at any cost, because this is what his intention, his focused intention is, and that is where his mark is. Okay, that is what he is aiming for, to bring back everything in this cup at this point in time. His love, his compassion, his divinity with you, his divinity in the twin flame journey, happiness, bliss, enjoyment, manifestation of his comfort, security, stability, everything that you might possibly, the abundance from the universe and the abundance from the 3D. Okay, that is what he is aiming to bring back in this journey for himself by doing this. Okay, by taking a hold of his emotion in the right way, guys, towards the victory and towards filling back this cup for himself and for the twin flame journey and for the divine feminine together as well. Okay, in the higher self, guys. I mean, this is beautiful. And for that, again, he is no longer holding on to his possessions that he was firmly holding on to before, and this is, before he was to be holding on to his grief, his anger, like I said, his hatred, his grief, his loss, his obstructions, obstacles. He's no longer doing that in the higher self. He's setting himself free. He's setting himself free to move forward in this journey, and that is again because in the higher self, he wants the victory at any cost, guys. Okay, and this is why He's holding on to this energy because he wants this new beginning in the twin flame journey, guys. He is using the devil's energy with the focused intention, his mark, his unwavering intention that he is keeping towards his target in himself, in the higher self. That's because he is wanting the new beginning to start ASAP. Okay, that is what he is doing in the higher self, guys, and I think it's a beautiful energy again in the higher self. Lot of progress, lot of manifestations, lot of good things in the higher self. Okay, no sodi energies, guys. No 3 of sword, no 7 of sword, no 10 of swords, no 9 of swords, nothing. Nothing. It's absolutely strategy in the higher self at this point in time. Strategizing, he is being a complete strategist at this point in time. That is his key goal and his success towards this journey, towards you, towards this love. Okay, having said this, in the heart space, guys, he's moving slowly. He has started to move because now it is a time in the heart space. He has opened his heart chakra. He's being able to receive these vibrations from the universe because of his solitude, because of the stillness. He's getting all the answers to his mysteries that the universe is resolving and solving from him from the 5D. Okay, and that is the reason his energy is now started to move very slowly in the heart space, but he has started to move forward in this journey, leaving behind the earlier competitions, the conflict in his life that he was holding on more so towards this journey, towards the divine feminine, because somewhere he used to feel inferior in some ways towards the divine feminine's prosperity, independence, and stuff like that. But now he's leaving all those things behind because now he has realized that holding on to those energies, he will not be able to move forward. Those were the bad energies, those were the bad vibrations that he used to be kind of nurturing in his heart before, even though he might not have told you guys. I'm talking to the divine feminine. Even he might have not, he might have not told you about this, but deep inside his heart, he used to compare himself. He used to compare his position. He used to compare his finances. He used to compare his ability with the divine feminine because in his heart, he knew that the divine feminine, was way up there, much more forward moving individual than he had been in the earlier times. So that is what he's leaving behind moving forward, as well as he's leaving behind the wrong informations, collecting of information, that spying that he was doing perhaps on you guys, okay? The cross examination that he was doing, the vigilance, because somewhere in his heart he was not able to trust this journey. He was not able to completely trust the manifestation of this twin flame journey. Therefore, in his heart space, he was always kind of looking for answers. What is this? Why is this? Should I trust this journey? Should I trust the divine feminine? How do I trust myself in this journey? How do I trust her in this journey? Is this journey for real? Blah blah, so on and so forth. He was doing all that before, guys. Okay, so now, period, end of the story. He's not spying, he's not cross examining, he's not doing his survey, his vigilance, whatever he was doing, nothing. At this point in time, he had stopped absolutely because now he knows what this journey is all about and who the divine feminine is for him in his life in this twin flame journey, guys. Okay, now having said this, the next card is again a major arcana. It's come to me in the reverse. This card again can depict major arcanas. I take it a little bit more seriously. I have said this before as well. This time too, this card, because it's come to me in reverse, I had to take the clarifier to find out which meaning is the best appropriate meaning for this reading. And I have got three clarifiers in here. So the first thing is that he definitely doesn't have the balance in his heart at this point in time, because his heart is in a place which is pulling him towards all directions. Okay, he knows his focused intention is everything is in the right place. The strategy that he is doing in the mental space is all in the right space. But human, okay, the heart definitely has a mind of its own as well. So at this point in time, from the middle of the month towards the end, the heart is going to be pulling him in all direction because of this reason. Because at one end, he definitely has the feeling of being left out in the cold from his past experience, not with you, Divine Feminine, but from his own life, his home life, his domestic area. It could have been in financial area, it could have been his career, but I would say his domestic area is more appropriate with this kind of an energy. So his heart, again, even though he's moving, he's doing he knows, but again, at a certain point in his heart, he does have that grief still persisting. And another thing with this card is, because of this grief, again, he does want to move quickly towards you, Divine Feminine, but this is again pulling him in two different directions. At one end, he's got the grief. At the other end, he has this intention, or his urge that is pulling him towards you. Okay, so he is basically kind of situated in the middle, fighting these two energies, which at this point in time, he's definitely not being able to control it in the right way. He's not being able to control the balance of this energy in the right way at this point in time in the heart space. And that is definitely, you know, happening. Okay, so we have to understand, Divine Feminine, that it's only human. Okay, we are not God. We are we do not have all the power at the same time. So somewhere we have to, we kind of tend to get back into that place where we have to fight our heart or our mental space in the way that we have to fight it. But at this point in time, this man, the Divine Masculine, is fighting his mental space in absolutely the right way. In the heart space too, till at this point in time, I told you, he is doing his work in the right area, in the right space, because he has started to move very slowly towards this journey, but he's taking the baby steps forward. But at the same time, he's definitely in that period, or in that area where his heart is kind of being pulled towards this grief area and towards you, Divine Feminine, where he wants to rush forward towards you. But again, this grief at this point in time is coming in the middle, that he is not being able to control and take a control of that energy at this point in time, because it's pulling him in all different directions, or rather in two different directions. Okay, now, having said this, the next card again is that he's rushing forward in the heart space, guys. Okay, so after he has probably, this is again going forward, he is probably able to fight this energy off in the right place. And once he is able to fight this and control his energy, that's going to happen by the end of the month. Okay, when he is able to take a control of this energy to find his area of stability in this portion, he's definitely going to be moving forward again in this journey. And that he's been doing, or he's going to be doing, I'm talking in the future tense because this is still going to happen, by setting himself free in the heart space, not holding on to that grief, to that anguish, to that feeling of being left out in the cold. He's not going to be holding on to that anymore, guys. So in between that area, from the 15th until the end of the month, he will definitely go through that motion where his heart will be pulling him towards two different directions, but he will overcome that. Look at this beautiful card in here. He's going to overcome that with his own intention and focused intention and his own understanding of the spiritual journey, moving towards you, divine feminine, towards this journey by setting himself free in the heart space and not holding on to that grief, to the feeling of being left out in the cold, to the past hurt, loss, pain, suffering, anguish, whatever he had in the previous life or in the previous times. Okay, so this is what I wanted to find out, because where he might get stuck, but again we have to know where he's getting stuck and for what reason. So this is the answer right here on my table. And again, he has started to fantasize on this love journey, on this twin flame journey. He is getting into the point of solving the mysteries from his subconscious state, where he's dreaming of building this relationship, taking it to the next level forward. He is already started to hallucinate on his actions in the heart space, how he can build this love back again, how he can go forward to offer this love again to his divine feminine in the right way, in the heart space, to bring back again his richness, his wealth, his abundance, his prosperity, his manifestation of his bliss and happiness in his life, guys. Okay, everything. This card, as I explained to you before, this card is all about abundance to me. Okay, all about abundance. Everything that a person can want in this 3D. Okay, so this is where he's walking towards in the heart space, going towards the end of the month, guys. I think this is absolutely awesome, fantastic heart space too. Just in the middle, there will be a little bit of a turmoil where again, as I said, his heart is going to give him a little issue, but then he will override that. He will overrule that issue to move forward in the right direction by the end of the month, February 2019. Awesome. In the 3D energy, guys, in the 3D energy, he's waiting to offer that cup of love to the divine feminine, which is, of course, going to surprise him, going to surprise you, going to surprise the twin flame journey. That's simple as that. Okay, so he is waiting for that. He's going to be doing it very soon in the 3D as well, and this is a beautiful energy. And that is, again, he's going to be doing that because he's pining for this love. It's an obsession for him in the 3D today, guys. Okay, you are his obsession, divine feminine. You believe it or you do not believe me, that's your thing, but I'm telling you, this is why he's just waiting to offer that cup of love that's going to surprise you or take you by surprise as well. Okay, so that's the 3D energy, because today you guys have become his obsession, his romantic obsession, his romantic feeling, his romantic love, everything that he knows, he wants to now manifest in the 3D as well. Plus, at the same time, he wants to bring back his own balance to move forward in this love journey in the rightful way. Okay. The next card, guys, is of course this reverse card. And again, I wanted to see why this Ace of Wands has come to me in reverse. Okay. It is because, again, he's in the 3D, he's, in the heart space, he has left that competition, as I told you. But in the 3D, that competitive feeling is still there. Okay, in the 3D, it's still lingering because when he meets you or when he sees you or when you talk to him or he talks to you, there is a kind of comparison that is going on in the 3D, not in the heart space. In the heart space, he has managed to overcome the situation. But in the 3D, the situation is still lingering. This energy is still lingering. It's kind of troubling him, and that is the reason in the 3D, he's not being able to use his intelligence in the right way to fight this competition in the right way. Okay, and that is the reason he's not getting the divine spark or the blessing from the universe to understand. And this energy is there now, but I can bet my hands down this energy will not be there for too long. Okay, but right now it's there because, again, it's only human to do this. It's only human, okay? He's not being able to use his spiritual wisdom to understand that this competition or this competitive feeling that is there between you and him is not real. Okay, you guys are in love. There is no competition in here. Nobody is higher or bigger than one another. But because he is a man and the male ego does persist, okay, he wants to remain on the top all the time. That's only male ego. And that is the reason he's not being able to use his intelligence in the right way to overcome this situation at this point in time. But again, like I said, this is only, again, like in the heart space, there are a couple of stumbling blocks, and that is the stumbling blocks I'm talking to you about, which he is going to override very soon. And I'll tell you why. The next card, again, is the karmic relationship or the domestic strife or whatever he has as social obligations in his life. When I asked for a clarifier on this, my clarifier also came up in the same, again, the same thing here. You see these two cards over here? They're both equally the same from two different decks. So I had to ask for a third clarifier because I wanted to find out what this message is for me and for you guys in here, Divine Feminine. Because in this twin flame journey, whenever I get the Three of Cups, I associate this with the karmic situation, with the third party situation, with the social obligations or the domestic situations in his life. Okay, and that is exactly why I asked for a third set of clarifier, and this is what I have got in here, which is what he's juggling to, in the 3D, because he wants to move. And why is he juggling? Let me show you this next card in here. Why is he juggling? Because he wants back his wish now. He wants to move towards his wish fulfillment in the 3D. So he is juggling to keep this third party situation, this domestic situation, the third party, whatever he has in his life, his family, his third party, his karmic situation. He's juggling between this area as to what he should do with this situation in the 3D. It's easy for us to say, or it is easy for the Divine Feminine to say, okay, you don't like her, whatever it is, leave her and finish it off. But that's very easy to say. In reality, for this man, the Divine Feminine, it probably is a situation where he cannot really do what he actually has in his mind and heart. Okay, so therefore in the 3D, guys, he is juggling to see how he can manage this third party situation, this karmic situation, to move towards his area of success, towards his wish fulfillment in this divine journey with his Divine Feminine. And that's what he's juggling in the 3D as of this month of February 2019, from the 15th till the end of the month, guys. Okay, so this was quite a funny situation, because when I got this card, I immediately knew that my spirits are talking about a third party or a karmic situation or a home situation. But again, when I asked for a clarification, they gave me again the same card back. So this was quite a funny incident in here, and that's the reason why I had to ask for a third clarification. What is he juggling and why? Okay, he's juggling. He doesn't know what to do with the situation at this point in time, or how he should handle the situation at this point in time to move forward towards his wish fulfillment in this divine journey with his Divine Feminine. That's what he is juggling with at this point in time. And the next card is, of course, his Wheel of Fortune, guys, in the 3D. Okay, and that is the reason why he's juggling and moving towards the next portion of his life, because even he knows that something is turning his wheel of fortune in the 3D. Okay, and who is turning it? It's the divine feminine who is turning it. It is this twin flame journey which is turning his wheel of fortune again in the 3D. Okay, so that is the reason these cards have come up to me as to how he can proceed forward in order, because he knows now that his wheel of fortune, his destiny, is turning towards the divine feminine and towards the twin flame journey, guys. Okay, it's, I mean, absolutely awesome. The next card in the next card in the 3D tells me that in the 3D he's not doing his soul searching anymore. He has done all that, already completed. Okay, he has gone to the root, he has come back, he has finished his internal work, he has seen the light through the darkness, he has done everything for himself before. Now he is not doing it, because now his intention, his focused intention, is towards his love area, the Two of Cups, guys. The passion, the flame, the love, okay, the manifestation of this love, that is his focused intention in the 3D. So he's not wanting to hear any more intuition on this portion of his life, because he knows that is what he wants now going forward. Okay, and that is where the wheel of fortune is again turning for him. Now whatever cards you're going to see after this card, you will be surprised, because I'll hold this card like this to tell you when it comes to this portion. Okay, so this is the first change with the wheel of fortune towards the end of the month. The second is that definitely there is a lack of his intelligence at this point in time towards the new beginning. You know, he's not being able, like, because in some portion of his life he is still juggling with this karmic situation, with this third party situation. So definitely the beginning is the the actual manifestation of this action is on hold at this point in time in the month of February. But at the same time, guys, he's choosing between his grief and sorrow and towards his, and the other is towards his happiness. Okay, he's doing everything at the same time in the 3D. Which is the direction he wants to go? Does he want to go towards the twin flame journey? There is a rose out here, or does he want to go and proceed towards his grief and his sorrow and his anguish and his suffering? He's making the choice in the right way, and this he's being able to do, or he's trying to do, by creating the magic of understanding his own spiritualism. That's going to take him time, because the universe is not going to help him in this process. They are helping him to turn the wheel of fortune, but again, the rest of the work he will have to manifest it for himself. Okay, so this is where he will have to use his magical power, his magical wisdom, to choose the right direction, keeping the rest of the things in their place, whatever he has to. Okay, getting over the obstruction and the obstacles that is coming in his way to proceed towards his love destination, guys. Okay, this is again another card. The next card in here with the wheel of fortune is the sun that's coming out in this twin flame journey, guys. Okay, and he is bringing it out even for himself in this twin flame journey. This card, I don't have to talk about it, because this card is a card that explains everything by itself. Okay, love, warmth, glow, happiness, sunshine, everything, everything. And he is bringing it out, and the universe is helping him by turning his wheel of fortune towards this love destination, where he is again pining for his love, guys. This is a twin flame card. This is always, I call this a twin flame card, because this is a twin flame card. Okay, he's pining for his love. He's going to go towards his love. He's still there, like a little bit of the energy is still lingering on the three spilled cups, but he just has to turn back towards this 2 cup, which he's going to be doing very soon. But at this point in time, that little bit of 3D energy of his heart, pain, suffering, again, like I said, it's only human. It's only very human. But at the same time, to overcome this energy, he's going into meditation. He's going deep inside his soul to overcome this anguish, the suffering, this pain, this grief. He's resting to overcome that, to forgive and forget what has not worked for him in the earlier phase of his life. Okay, so that he is doing while he is also choosing his own desire, his own will, his own ambition from all these 7 cups in here. The 1 cup that he is going to ask for himself from the universe, that is going to fulfill him, fulfill his life, fulfill the twin flame journey, and fulfill the divine feminine with his love, guys. Okay, so this is all the work that he is doing with the turn of his wheel of fortune in the 3D. Okay, I'm going to keep this card in here because this card has come out from here. And the end cards, now the end card is a couple of them in here. Okay, he's juggling, guys. He's juggling, but he has the patience at the same time. Okay, again, he's strategizing, he's working internal, outside, external, everything. He's doing all that work by himself, but he's also having patience to manifest the reality into action. Okay, into the real action. And that is again the goddess guidance, which says easy does it. There is no need for him to rush right now. He is working, this process is building, he's climbing the ladder, he's moving towards the twin flame journey, but at the same time, he needs to have the patience in this journey in order for it to come to its fruition. Okay, and again, the same thing is happening here. He is not hearing his intuition at this point in time. That is stopping his ace of wand, that is stopping that journey. He needs, his patience is in place, everything else is in place, but in the 3D he also needs to have his intuition. That is going to come to him, from which he will get the thrust of the energy to begin this process, and that is definitely working for a reason, to take it slow. Easy does it. Okay, so whenever you're looking at the halting situation, please do not do not understand, or please don't think of this as an obstacle or an obstruction. Okay, that was what I was trying to say. This is happening from the universe for a reason, because the universe wants him to move, wants him to progress, but to take his time at the same time. Okay, because every step is a progress, every step is a process in this journey, which definitely he is fulfilling at this point in time, again with patience, guys, again with patience. And the final outcome by the end of the month and the beginning of next month is he's going to rise out of his tomb like the phoenix from the dust and the ashes. Is crawling out of his tomb into the sunlight to go towards the twin flame journey, and that is the wheel of fortune here. That is where the wheel of fortune is bringing him to. I wanted to see which is the end card in here so that I will know where his wheel of fortune is taking him here. Okay, and where he is going actually. So this is where he is going. His ending statement, his final statement, his movement, his rising, his moving out of his tomb, out of the darkness of his coffin, into the sunlight to hear the judgment call from the universe. And that is what the wheel of fortune is bringing forth for him by turning their wheel in the right way towards this love, towards this journey, towards you, divine feminine. And you just, guys, you, again, as I said before, I'm going to repeat myself, have patience. Okay, because this is a process. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, this is exactly the slow and steady. You both guys will win this race. Whatever the obstructions, whatever the obstacles, whatever the situations may be, this card is going to solve it all, guys. This is a major card. I did not expect to see this in the 3D as well, but I did see this, and when I saw this, I was totally in total amazement, because this is this card is the turn of destiny. It speaks for itself, I don't have to say anything to you, okay? So this is where his destiny is taking him. This is the final card. With patience, guys, whatever the stumbling block I told you, that is going to go away. It's going to get rid of it by itself. But he definitely is moving towards this beautiful area of his love for himself, for the twin flame, for the divine feminine, guys. With this, I end my video. Take care. Love you, divine souls. Stay blessed and see you soon again.